Stop reaching for that high vibration. Everywhere you turn in the spiritual world, you are told that you need to raise your vibration. Raising your vibration helps raise the collective. That's a lot of weight put on your shoulder. If you've been around the spiritual circles, I'm sure you would have seen this. This is the map of consciousness. David R. Hawkins came up with this philosophy. He wrote a book called The Map of Consciousness Explained. It's a fascinating book. I highly recommend that you read it. Now keep this in mind. This talks about the Bible. That's one thing that I find in the spiritual world. People say that they are open. But with these kind of things, I find that they're very closed off. I have to admit, I was also closed off when I first started my spiritual path. I found this to be a huge mistake. The Bible contains so many good nuggets of information. A lot of it is in coded form. You have to kind of do your digging work. I highly suggest that you don't discount this. So in the map of consciousness, guilt is the lowest form of vibration, and enlightenment is the highest. There's a problem with this, or at least it was a problem for me. And I bet many people don't realize they're doing this. Without realizing it, I was making this high vibration attainment into sort of a video game. I felt like the goal was to reach enlightenment, and I was doing everything I could do to get there. That was a lot of pressure on me. I remember when I was a kid, I used to play this game called Defender. It was from a company called Atari. If you could get to a certain high score, you could take a picture and send it into Atari. They would send you a certificate of achievement. I became obsessed with reaching this goal. I would play for hours only to get destroyed and feel demoralized. I remember one day I got up early in the morning and started playing and finally reached the high score early the next morning. I took my picture, yes, it was a Polaroid, sent it in and waited and waited and waited. I don't remember how long it took, but it seemed like it took forever. But I finally got it, and when I opened it up, I looked at it and I remember thinking, big deal, is this it? All that time I spent, this is all I get. It really didn't give me the feeling that I hoped for. And this is sort of the problem with trying to reach the enlightenment vibration. You will have a few days, maybe weeks, that you feel that you're at a high vibration. Enlightenment seems to be right at your grasp. And then all of a sudden, something happens. Or you just plain wake up in a bad mood. And your enlightenment dreams slide right back down the hill. I started to feel upset and disappointed with myself that I couldn't sustain that high vibration. You know, it's easy to vibrate when you're feeling good, not so easy when you're feeling bad. Many of you have heard of this thing called vibration and are trying to work toward that state of bliss. Some of you are learning about vibration. Here's what you hear from spiritual people. I call it spiritual fluff. Vibration spiritually refers to raising your consciousness, connecting with your inner self, and aligning with the higher states of awareness. What does this mean? Now, I'm not saying that that statement is incorrect, but what I am saying is when you're first starting out and trying to figure this all out, you have no idea what that statement means, let alone what a vibration is. A lot of times you will find spirituality has a lot in common with politics. They both have confusing jargon to make themselves sound good. Let's get a little bit more down to earth here. Spiritual vibration is the positive or negative energy that people emit based on their thoughts, emotions, and actions. It's like a vibe that others can feel when you interact with someone. I think of it this way. Imagine you meet two people And one of them is always kind, understanding, and positive. When you're around that person, you feel good, you feel happy and comfortable. This person is said to have a high vibration. On the other hand, another person is often angry, negative, and just plain mean. When you're around them, you feel uneasy, upset, and drained. This person is said to have a low vibration. Have you ever walked into a room of people and just felt off, like something wasn't quite right? And when you walk around through the room, you meet a person who just had a death in the family, possibly lost their job, or is going through a divorce. You can almost feel this low energy pouring off of them. Now, many spiritualists think that a high vibration is more powerful than a low vibration. This is not so. They are just polar opposites, each as powerful as the other. We are always shown in the movies that good prevails over evil. In this world, that's not always so. Balance needs to be kept. There would be no good without evil. If you know or have heard of the yin and yang concept, yin, the dark side of things, and yang, the light side of things. The illusion has to be there. Without it, we could never grow and learn. The concept of spiritual vibration suggests that our thoughts and emotions have an impact of our own well-being and the energy we radiate to others. When we have positive thoughts, show kindness, and practice gratitude, we tend to have higher spiritual vibration. In contrast, negative thoughts, anger, and selfishness can cause lower spiritual vibration. But this is only a small part of it. There is a foundation that needs to be accomplished, and that foundation is a Trinity. Many believe that the Trinity is a foundation. Christians have the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. In Hinduism, the concept of Trinity is represented by the Trimurti, which consist of three major deities: Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the preserver, and Shiva, the destroyer. In certain Wiccan traditions, there's a belief in the triple goddess, representing the phases of the moon and the life cycle: the maiden, which is youth and innocence; mother, which is fertility and nurturing; and crone, which is wisdom and maturity. In spirituality, we have mind, body, and spirit. This brings us balance. Look at it this way. Having a balanced mind, body, and spirit to raise your vibration is like having a strong concrete foundation under your house. Without that foundation, your house would eventually fall apart. By understanding spiritual vibration, we can learn to be more mindful of our thoughts and actions, trying to bring positivity and kindness into our lives and lives of others. It's about recognizing that the energy we put out into the world can affect not only ourselves, but also the people around us. Here are some methods that may help you vibrate spiritually. Meditation. Regular meditation is a powerful tool to raise your spiritual vibration. It helps you calm your mind, increase your mindfulness, and connect with your inner self or higher power. Now, there are literally hundreds of different types of meditations out there. A meditation doesn't have to be super long. It can be a few seconds to close your eyes and readjust your thoughts. This is where you have to do your homework and find the ones that resonate with you. Just be mindful of people telling you that their meditation is the meditation. Speaking of mindful, the next way to raise your vibration is through mindfulness and presence. This is so important to practice mindfulness. If you're not sure how to practice mindfulness, I have a link up top, and we'll have a link at the end of this video to show you a few ways how to do this. But in a nutshell, You practice being present in the moment and fully engage in your daily activities. Cultivate mindfulness in everything you do, whether it's eating, walking, interacting with others. Being present allows you to connect more deeply with your surroundings and the people around you. Look around nowadays. You will see everybody with their face in front of their cell phone, like mindless drones. The next way is to raise your vibration with gratitude and positive thinking. The saying is, cultivate an attitude of gratitude and focus on positive thinking. Being thankful for what you have and maintaining a positive outlook can elevate your vibration and attract more positive experiences into your life. Trust me, my friends can tell you that all I did was complain, and that's exactly what I attracted to myself. I'm not telling you to walk around repeating, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, when you're not happy. Your subconscious knows better and will trump anything that comes out of your mouth. The simple key is to make yourself happy, no matter what that means. When I'm feeling down, I will sit in a quiet place and start to go over what makes me grateful. I take my time on this. I kind of make a small movie inside of my head and play it over a few times. This is all it really takes for me to get out of the funk and vibrate high again. Next, we have self-reflection and journaling. Journaling can be a helpful tool to explore your thoughts, emotions, and spiritual experiences. Pour out all of your thoughts on the paper and don't hold back. This is a great way to pull those deep emotions out of your subconscious. According to science, 95% of your thoughts are unconscious or subconscious. Basically, what this means is that most of our thoughts are oblivious to ourself.
Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Hi.
We can combine this with mindfulness to pull out thoughts that we have buried deep inside. The next one I do every morning is connect with nature. Spending time in nature to connect with its energy is extremely powerful. Whether it's taking a walk in the park, hiking in the mountains, or sitting by the ocean, nature can be a powerful source of spiritual rejuvenation. I also combine this with mindfulness when I walk and pay super attention using all my 5 senses to take everything in around me. If you don't do this, you will get very little out of your walk. One more I want to talk about is acts of kindness and service. By doing this, you start to understand how connected we are. I try to help as much as I possibly can. The boost that I get from doing this is almost overwhelming at times.
Wonder Twin Powers, activate.
Form of a seagull.
Shape of an ice gondola.
Come on, Gleek, let's go.
A seagull and an ice gondola. They can't do any better than that? Maybe a pterodactyl and a Mercedes. Give the little monkey comfort instead of freezing his little butt off. Let me know in the comments if anyone remembers this show. So a few more that I'd like to mention help raise your vibration. Yoga and breathwork, listening to uplifting music, study spiritual teachings, and cultivate love and compassion. Remember, spiritual growth is a continuous journey, and there is no one-size-fits-all approach. What works for one person may not resonate with another. Trust your intuition, be patient with yourself, and allow your spiritual path to just unfold naturally. Ultimately, vibrating spiritually involves finding practices and beliefs that align with your true self and lead you to a deeper sense of peace, love, and purpose. If you want to learn about mindfulness in a mindless world, click on the video and find out how to do so. Once again, I hope this video has expanded your spiritual growth. Have a wonderful day.